Welcome to This Week in Palm Bay. I am Rosie.
And I am Buzz. We begin with a preview of the upcoming regular City Council meeting on Thursday, July 16th, which includes critical proposed tax caps and a charter vacancy referendum.
That is right, Buzz. The Council is set to set the proposed maximum operating millage rate cap for the upcoming fiscal year. Right now, the consensus is to set the ceiling at the rolled back rate of 6.6015 mils, while directing staff to build the actual budget at 5.5000 mils to show the impact of deeper cuts.
Council will also hear the first reading of Ordinance 2026-20. This ordinance proposes a November ballot referendum requiring council vacancies with over 12 months remaining to be filled by special election rather than appointment, preventing future quorum collapse standoffs.
The agenda also features awarding over $3.4 million in water utility contracts. This includes $3.19 million to All Webs Enterprises for drilling 4 replacement Floridan aquifer production wells at the North Plant and $228,765 to Wharton Smith for pre-construction on the South Reclamation Facility expansion.
Additionally, Council will consider a small-scale plan amendment for the 76-unit Isla 2 townhomes on Treeland Boulevard Southeast, lot expansion for Emerald Lakes West Phase 2, and a $66,000 annual state lobbying contract renewal with Sunrise Consulting.
This preview follows a critical budget workshop on Tuesday, July 7th. City Manager Matthew Morton presented a detailed $15 million deficit reduction plan.
Current measures include freezing 63 positions to save $6.8 million and canceling 283 capital projects to reduce commitments by $60 million.
Additional cost-saving measures include returning the Veterans Service Office to Brevard County, liquidating 5 city properties, and evaluating the municipal pool, which costs nearly $3 million annually to operate.
The pool alone cost about $400 per unique user, and the city is looking for external operators like local schools before shutting it down completely.
Turning to public safety news, Melbourne police arrested 19-year-old Cody Nicholas Harrington on Monday, July 6th. Harrington turned himself in at the Brevard County Jail and faces charges of DUI manslaughter and vehicular homicide.
The arrest follows a 3-month investigation into a fatal crash on South Babcock Street that resulted in the death of a 22-year-old female driver.
Palm Bay police are also investigating 2 fatal crashes that occurred over the Saturday, July 4th holiday weekend. The first incident, a 2-vehicle collision involving a pickup truck and an SUV near DeGroot Road and Galveston Street, resulted in the death of one of the drivers. A second fatal collision was reported on Digby Road.
In the courts, 37-year-old Palm Bay resident Jason Goodleski was sentenced to 38 years in state prison on Wednesday, July 8th. He pled no contest to manslaughter and aggravated child abuse in connection with the death of his 12-year-old son, Noah Goodleski, in 2021.
Meanwhile, the Indian River County Sheriff's Office is investigating after a second heavily decomposed body was discovered on the shoreline near the Sebastian River Bridge on Wednesday, July 8th, directly across the street from where the body of missing 44-year-old Palm Bay resident James Thompson was found.
In other legal updates, a notice of hearing was filed in Brevard County Court on Sunday, July 5th, for the Compound Remains double homicide case.
On the economic front, defense contractor L3 Harris Technologies secured 2 major contract awards. This includes an $84 million order from the U.S. Army on Thursday, July 9th for Falcon Manpack radio systems and a $10.78 million tactical communications contract on Wednesday, July 8th.
Additionally, Health First launched a $230 million expansion of Palm Bay Hospital on Malabar Road, and former Palm Bay Fire Chief Jim Stables was confirmed as the new chief of Brevard County Fire Rescue.
For local development, a new environmental resource permit was filed on July 8th for Emerald Lakes 3 by DRP Solaris FL2 LLC, alongside a high volume of water well construction permits across the city.
In utility updates, the Palm Bay Utilities Department is transitioning residents from quarterly to monthly billing for Republic Services trash collection and stormwater fees. The first monthly bills are scheduled to be issued on Thursday, July 23rd.
Looking at community events, the Greater Palm Bay's Senior Activity Center will host Christmas in July Bingo on Thursday, July 16th at 12:15 p.m.
The Franklin T. DeGroot Library has scheduled family story time for Monday, July 13th. The Palm Bay Public Library will host a play date on Tuesday, July 14th, a Dungeons and Dragons workshop on Wednesday, July 15th, and a Super STEAM lab on Friday, July 17th.
Finally, in roadwork, expect temporary daytime lane closures from Monday, July 13th through Friday, July 17th, as Pike Construction performs utility work for Florida Power and Light on Son Court Northwest and Coburg Avenue Northwest.
Temporary lane closures are also scheduled on Babcock Street Southeast for ditch maintenance and slope mowing between St. John's Heritage Parkway and Willowbrook Street.
That is This Week in Palm Bay. I am Rosie.
And I am Buzz. We'll see you next week.